bringing the people behind our food to life.
We're going to prepare a dish today of ham and Swiss on toast with some ale braised onions. I'm going to cut up some onions here and caramelize them in a pan. And I like to leave the root end intact there so that you can use it as a handle. Just thinly slice here, taking it all the way to the root end, and then just come back and cut some shorter lengths. And then we'll do that with the other side. And now we're going to caramelize these in a pan with a little bit of butter. You want to hear a nice sizzle. You want to see the butter bubbling and let it start to brown a little bit. The natural sugars in the onion are going to start caramelizing over time. The higher your heat, the faster the caramelization will develop, but you do need to stir it regularly. You can add a little salt and pepper. So I like to keep this on a pretty high heat the entire time. It'll take probably a good 30 minutes. So after about 30 minutes, we've got some nice dark onions here. Now we're ready to add the beer. You don't want to cook beer too long or the hops start to take on a very bitter character. So we're just going to wait until the end here to add the beer, so that the bitter parts of the hops don't start to dominate the other flavors. I'm using an amber style ale. I'm just going to add enough to cover the onions. And then I'm just going to bring it up to a simmer, and then our onions are ready. We like to use a lot of small cast iron skillets in the wood oven at Raven and Rose, and this dish is going to come out of the wood oven. So we're going to put our ale braised onions in the pan, and you want there to be just a little bit of brothiness. That's just a light chicken stock. We'll add our toast. And now we're going to layer on our ham and Swiss. I like a lot. And then we just go into the oven for a few minutes. After just a few minutes, our cheese will be nice and melted. Our toast will have soaked up all of that delicious ale braised onion. It's all very rich. So now we're going to add a little bit of tartness. I've got some pickled pears here. I'm just going to put a few slices on top to cut through the richness. Cut them nice and thin. And then you can just make a nice little fan. So as you can see, this is a quick and simple, hearty dish. Very satisfying lunch or dinner with a beer.
I always wanted to have a restaurant, and then eventually I thought I wanted to have a farm with a restaurant on it where people could come and interact with the food that's being produced. And then I sort of got sidetracked.